I didn't grow up at 10 years old saying, I can't wait to be the best heroin addict possible. I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to run businesses. Usually when you're spiraling down, you don't even realize it's happening until you hit bottom. Then all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, how did I get here? Happened like that, so fast. I remember the first time I came into Morristown, and I really came here, I thought this was just a place to die. Really, I thought this is it. Let me die. Let me just die here. And I said, well, let me just go take a look at this place. And I said, hey, do you know where this place, Market Street Mission, is on the green? And the guy said, you see that sign that says Jesus saves? I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's it. I knew instantly. There's something came over me. I remember it was like a feeling, like these chills that you get. I'm like, wait a second, that's where I'm gonna go. And I just went right in. And I knew instantly that maybe this isn't the end of the line. Maybe there's something else here. That first night, sleeping on the chapel floor, of course, all the pride, all the ego. I'm not sleeping on this floor with these people. And I didn't sleep much that night. I didn't sleep for the first 6 days, but that following morning when we had chapel, the very first song they sang was Amazing Grace, and I bawled my eyes out. I knew then I'm saved. I'm safe. There's hope. Jesus has got me, and this overwhelming peace came over me. I started seeing a lot of hope. I started saying, this is it. I can do this. He can restore my life. And that's how it started here.
The Market Street Mission is like a place where they take everything you need and they place it in front of you. But yet, nobody pushes you to it. They instruct you and they let you know that it's there. And if you're not ready and willing to do what you have to do for yourself, I would say that the Market Street Mission is not the place for you.
What I think is unique about Market Street Mission, they give you freedom, and like the choices are actually up to you. I mean, nobody really pushes you, or they don't make you stay here. It's up to you. If you want it, they go out of their way to do what they can do for you.
I, as a child of God in Christ, do solemnly pledge to live a drug-free life, righteously and godly in this present world. I will say no to harmful drugs and alcohol, and I will not use them. And I will help my friends and others say no to harmful drugs and alcohol. And I will stand up for what I know is true and right. So help me God, I am the body of Christ.
I used to live in the area, and I remember walking by the mission and looked up at the sign, Jesus Saves. It's like, whoa. Whew. It's like, what kind of madness is happening in there, right? But when I came in, I was relieved to find that people genuinely care. And that emanates, honestly, from God to residents and staff. That's, truthfully, I believe that's the way it works.
The brothers that were around me became my brothers. Some of the women staff became like my sisters. These people were total strangers to me, and they embraced me, and it helped nurture me to be who I am.
When you have that many people staying in one place, 70 people in one building, and somebody that works in the office comes by and knows your name, that's an important part in your life, because you need to know that people care about you. And what you're going through is very hard. Recovery is not an easy thing.
And the love and concern that I got was genuine. It wasn't manufactured, because no one here really had to care for each other. People looked out, people worked hard with each other, and they cared enough to help people get honest with who they are and what they're about, because we're all exactly alike in so many ways.
The most positive thing I can say about Market Street is I've been given all the opportunities to let myself grow. And that's what you need to do. They open doors, and you could walk in them or walk away from them. And that's the most positive thing I could say.
It also created structure in my life. Drug addicts don't have any structure. We wake up whenever we want. We don't have to go to work. We don't have to pay for anything. We don't have to do anything. We never ate. So what it did was it created a structured environment. I have to have my bed made. I have to have my clothes in order. They have to be folded. I have to wash my clothes. I have to brush my teeth. I have to bathe myself. I have to comb my hair. And I have to go to work. And this is what it means to be a man. This is what it means to be responsible.
This is where my life really began, and it turned around. So the Market Street Mission, I could say, saved my life, you know, because I've been through so many things. And it's a place that I could come in here and see people like me that come the first week or the second week, and I could see, there go I, through the grace of God, there go I, and hope that that person will get to make it like I made it.
My graduation experience was excellent because up until that point, I had never finished anything. Those other 6 programs that I talked about, I left them all prematurely. Every last one of them I would do until I felt like it was enough and I would leave. But this was the first thing that I completed. I could say I got a completion, you know.
15 years of drug addiction, 10 years of drug addiction don't go away in a couple of weeks. It's a time, it's a process. But the promise is if you go through it, and if you do that, you put your trust in Him, and you will be transformed, you will be healed, your mind will be restored. I never would have imagined that my life would be this extraordinary so soon. And it's just getting started.
I'm no longer an enemy to God, no longer an enemy to others. I'm no longer an enemy to myself. I'm no longer engaged in self-defeating attitudes and behaviors with myself, God, and others. That's what I hold dear.
Market Street Mission, it gave me the chance to love myself and build myself, build my wisdom, for me to understand things, everyday living. You know, it's just minute to what God got planned for me. You know, all the stuff that I've been through in my addiction was big. So now that I became clean and I put the Lord first, things that happen during the day, I could look at it as a small thing because the Lord has my back, you know, and that's how it is.